instrument in green, sounds good. Airspeed's alive. 60, rotate.
Traffic inside, 903 Charlie.
Checking 903 Charlie, follow that traffic, number 2, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Hi, I'm Jiva. I'm from Singapore, and welcome to 14-day pilot. And I'm currently in Venice. And I just got my PPL within 14 days. Can you believe it? It's just 14 days. Yes. So, like every other boy's dream, I wanted to be a pilot ever since I was young. And but I'm actually working as a full-time military guy in Singapore. Yeah, and being a pilot is always in the back of my mind, but I didn't have the time and of course the money to become one. So one day I just realized that age is catching up, and I need to, it's either now or never. I need to get my license, and so I decided I should go and try to become a pilot. So I chose 14 days because they promised to give me a license, or me getting a license within a short span of time. And as a full-time professional, I cannot be taking a very long break, like 1 year from work to go and finish my pilot course. So I talked to the people in 14 days, and they were like what I told you before, very transparent, trustworthy, and very patient. Never push, no hard selling. So I decided to move with them. Good testimonials. I met other pilots who went through 14 days pilots as well. So here I am in Venice. After my 1 month ground school in Jakarta. It wasn't really ground school. It was it's a past oral examination system. It's where they train you to get ready for oral exam before you check right. Currently now I'm at Venice. I just got my PPL in a short span of time. It's unbelievable that someone can start flying in a short span of time. I did my first solo on day 6. Can you believe it? Like day 6 I was flying the plane alone, and on my day 9 I did my first solo cross country. So from Venice, I went all the way to Santa Maria, which is about approximately 1.5 hours there in Purple Lake, and then came back, another 1.5 hour solo. Can you believe it? Solo on day 9. So the thing is, it is short period of time, but there's a catch to it. It's intense, right? The program offers everything, but a student, you also need to put a lot of effort in it. So I spend a lot of time. Basically, I eat, I breathe, I sleep, everything aviation in this in these 14 days. It doesn't stop here, it still continues the education. Let me tell you about my first solo experience. It's just a short solo, 30 minutes, 3 touch and goes. But the feeling, that's when no one should ever forget their first solo. I don't think any pilots will forget their first solo. Right? Adrenaline rush, the moment you take off, and then a lot of things in your head. You don't know whether you can land or not, but you got no choice, but you have to land. Right? The moment you take off, there's too many things. When you look right, and your instructor is not there, and it's all on you. It's you you have to do it on your own, you have to land the plane. But with good method of instruction, I was very confident. To be honest, I was not afraid at all, not even a tinge of nervousness. So because I was confident with the instructions, with all my training, I can do it without being scared. Okay, I kid you not, right? So for my first solo cross country, so it was well thought through. It's one-to-one instruction, and instructor made sure that I'm able to navigate and go all the way to my final destination. We did once, we did twice, and the third day I just went on my own, right? When you're up there alone, it's better than having an instructor, because over there when you're alone, you get to do things at your own pace, nobody barking at you, you enjoy the scenery, and and of course your concentration is much better because you don't depend, there's nobody to depend on, so you just have to, all senses heighten up. When instructors around, when control tower talks to you, you either listen or you don't listen. Your other senses are more engaged. You just think like, oh, my instructor can just take over and he can talk. But when you're alone, you have to listen, you have to concentrate on flying and navigating. It's about survival. Every senses will heighten. So my solo cross country was an experience. So in this course, it's very intense, right? Very intense. One day you fly average about 3 to 4 hours. You can be overwhelmed. But the good thing is one-to-one instruction, a one-to-one training, and that one instructor to you, and he knows from the day 1 to day 14 how are you and how are you coping. So he actually tailor and manage according to our pace of how we are learning. If you're fast, they will pressure you, they will throw a lot of things on you. If you really cannot take it, then they will pace according to individual pace of learning. And secondly, I want to say is there's no need to wait for availability of aeroplane. It's one aeroplane is waiting for you always. You don't have to wait for aeroplane, and the aeroplane is always there. For 14 days, that's my aeroplane. I'll take care of it. I do my pre-flight check. I do everything. So I've heard stories and about other schools that you have 3 or 4 students waiting for their plane and waiting for instructors, and the rest of the time they're just waiting. Over here, there's no time. You don't wait. Sometimes you'll be begging, I want to rest, So that's the difference between this accelerated program and normal program. So my advice to potential 14-day students or potential future pilots who wants to take this course, I would recommend this course, this flight academy, all right? Because first, because they're honest and they're transparent. Second, for your preparation, you must start your ground school early. Because if you are not prepared, you are wasting a lot of time, learning, and wasting a lot of instructors' time in learning, and it's going to be a really steep learning curve. Better have your knowledge, and better have some knowledge before you go for this course. And of course, once you come here, there's no other things you have to concentrate but really aviation. So after this, I'll be embarking on instrument rating. That's going to be another 10 days, and after that, I'm just going to do my time building in States, eventually do my commercial, and then my multi-engine before I go back to Singapore. Of course, I hope to get into airlines, when I'm back in Singapore, right? That's my plan, and that's my goal, right? all the best. Yep. I would see you as 14-day alumni. Okay, see you guys.